When you're in a relationship where you're abused, where you're given an icy treatment, where your feelings are not considered, where you feel manipulated, where you're bullied. I mean, what do we call it? Hi, welcome to Life with Queenie. Yeah, my name is Quinette Ngozichinyere. I'm a positive mindset coach and a personal development coach as well. On this channel, we are big on emotional and mental wellness, self-love and all whatnot. Thank you. If you're new, if this is the first time you're seeing my face, I want to say thank you for coming. Please do like, thumbs up, subscribe and tap the notification bell to be the first to know once I upload a new video. That makes you a special person, right? So if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for finding the content worthy, and of course coming back is an honor, and I want to say thank you. I do not take it for granted. Thank you so very much, and I'm grateful. Today we are actually looking at emotional abuse and its red flags. Spot them, or things that maybe they're already happening to you. Just know that you're dealing with one who is an emotional abuser. One would ask, how do I know, or what is an emotional abuse? An emotional abuse is that state where the perpetrator inflicts fear, humiliation, derobes his predator, of having self-worth in himself or herself. All right, so that's what an emotional, and of course you know that we hardly talk about emotional abuse. We are always talking about physical abuse because there's something to hold on to. All right, so you see people hardly really talk about emotional abuse, because even if you go to the law court, I mean, there is no evidence. All right, and we all know that the court does not also look at a case based on the person's truth. They're always looking at it based on the facts, on ground. So in a situation whereby you're saying I've been abused, I've been emotionally abused, and the judge cannot see something tangible to start from, then it becomes a lost case, right? But the truth is that emotional abuse and physical abuse are in the same umbrella. It's not different. The other one is that the physical abuse, that the person inflicts injury on the person's body. All right, whereas on the other side, the other person inflicts wound, injury on the person's mind. So this one is physical because it's on the body, the other one is on the mind, but the both of them are actually about control. Everything about the two is about control, because when someone wants to abuse you emotionally, the person wants to have control over your emotions, over your thoughts, over your ideas, in fact, the person wants to control it in every possible way, by manipulating your thoughts, by making you feel worthless, feel valueless, feel feel like something that does not exist. I mean, there's no, the person can actually make you feel you don't have any reality, right? So these are some of the things we want to look at. And when some of these people are being abused, like if you have ever been abused, one of the signs that you're always fearful. Yes. The second one is that you will always lack concentration. The long-term effect is depression, anxiety, post-traumatic disorder. All right, so it is grave. It is not something to be treated with kids' clove. All right, it is actually very, very grave. And remember, when someone inflicts wound on your mind, of course, when we talk about emotional abuse, also psychological. So the person destroys your psychological balance, messes up with your mental, states. And that's a serious, serious kind of abuse that we're talking about here. All right. So one of the red flags is that a mental abuser, an emotional abuser is highly manipulative. Have you ever been in a relationship where the person is saying, I have done everything, I have tried to be nice, I have actually put in my best, I have done this, but you're not just okay, you're never satisfied, you never appreciate what I have done. That's the manipulative person. By the time the person starts talking that way, you even start doubting yourself. Listen, I have a case where the person told me that, before she starts, this guy is saying, I have done everything, I have put in my best, I have done and yet you're not appreciative of all that I've done. I mean, I'm worked up. So she said for several years, when the guy gets to that point, she would like, it seems I'm the problem here. So she will even start apologizing, whereas it was the other way around. All right? And lest I forget, emotional abuse is not restricted to relationships. Relationships, yeah. It could be family relationships. It could be marital relationships. Okay? It could be with your partner. It could be with anybody. It could be between a boss and a subordinate. It could be between a teacher and his students. All right. So it is something that is over the place. When I talk about relationships, don't look at boy and girl in opposite. No. It extends beyond that. In fact, in some families, people are being abused on a daily basis. Without even the other person not knowing that actually I'm abusing this child. All right, emotionally. All right, then people can be in their workplace, they are being abused by their bosses, so we're just using relationship, partners, because it's something that is relatable, right? It's something that even if you have not started working, you can relate with it. All right, so they're highly manipulative. The second one is that they don't care about how you feel. They don't care. It's not their business. Just think, let me paint a scenario of where, you were in a relationship with this person and maybe you were sick and you told this person and the person never called to check up on you. The person never asked how you were faring. The person never asked. There was nothing that shows that this person is, in contact with you. And maybe you now came and said, like, I was told you I was sick, but you didn't even ask how I was faring, if I was okay. And I say, the manner in which the person will casually ask, I'm sorry about that. So how are you now? In a very casual manner. That is a red flag. All right. The third one is that they are bullies. They are bullies. They make sure that they make you uncomfortable. They are very selfish people. When you meet a bully is that person who does not care. Is that person who wants to make you feel that your reality is not real. All right, he wants to make you believe that what you're thinking about does not exist. He tries to use every opportunity. I know when we talk about emotional abusers, they don't only do it inside the house, they do it everywhere. Let's assume you have people who have some respect for you, and this person knows those people too, and he just wants to show them that, hey, I know this person, and she's not worth all the accolades that people want to give her. All right, so what does he do? He could say, oh, sorry, please, can you help me with a tissue? Something just stained my dress or my shoe. He will look for a part that is demeaning, just to send his signal to those people to tell them that, this person isn't anybody. The fourth one, it should be the fourth one. The fourth one is that they give you this icy treatment. What do I mean by that? When someone is silent on you, when the person does not actually care Do you understand? Now, assuming you had issues, which is normal, all right? It's not out of place to have issues with either your partner, your parents, extended family member, your cousins, blah blah blah. It's a normal thing. You can, fall out and fall in, something like that. But in this case, when you have issues with this person, he will give you this icy treatment and will never want to talk about it. So that whatever you think you're okay, whenever he thinks he's okay or she's okay, we just continue. I don't know how many of you have had that experience. They give you this icy treatment. They don't talk to you. They don't want you to talk about it. They don't want to sit down with you, as mature folks to talk about and say, okay, this is what you did, I didn't like it, and then resolve it. No, they would rather give you this icy treatment until they are done with you. Then they come back and not talk about it. In fact, if you raise it up, they might tell you, please, I don't want to talk about it. That's in the past. That is a red flag. That person is an emotional abuser. All right? People who look for ways to gaslight you. That's the next one. They look for every single damn opportunity to gaslight you. They want to make you believe that, hey, you're nobody. They look for the slightest opportunity, to throw jabs at you. And you know what? I think that's what most people don't talk about. They don't only do it when you're with them. They gaslight you when there are people around. They see you all jolly, all happy, they always rejoice. They always get their satisfaction when they see you at the lowest part of your emotional state. When they see that, she has lost it. The confidence is gone. The self-esteem is not there. She's seen herself as, good as not living. That's what they like to do. All right? And that's a red flag. So don't sit down and start, saying, oh, the person made mistakes, blah, blah, blah. No. When you see such things, know that, listen, we cannot continue with this. If I do continue with it, then it's going to be at my own peril. I hope I got that word right. Yeah. All right? So, some of the things I've mentioned, when you are in a relationship and you see them clearly repeating itself, know that you cannot but, move away from there before it's too late. All right? Thank you so very much if you are listening. There are so many things I wanted to talk about, but listen, we're entering into 30 minutes and that was not what I wanted. I wanted just 8 to 10 minutes. But unfortunately, we've exceeded that and I don't want to continue. All right? But some of the things I've mentioned, I will pick them one after the other and break it down in subsequent videos. Thank you so very much for staying till now. I'm so grateful. Please, if you're hearing sounds here and there, it's actually raining. Okay? So sorry about that. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye for now.